We're going to begin in Tennessee, where the Jackson Sun has a front page feature on Republican lawmakers saying the governor's proposed red flag law is unlikely to pass.
Oh, that's just unbelievable.
Governor Bill Lee asked lawmakers to approve a bill that would keep guns out of the hands of those deemed a threat to themselves or others. Now, legislative leaders say that measure doesn't have enough support to advance before the end of the session.
It's just outrageous.
Lawmakers did, however, send a bill to the governor's desk this week that further protects gun dealers and manufacturers from lawsuits.
Gene, it's just absolutely staggering. You know, I had seen some people talk about this yesterday, and let me try to find
it's so incredible
find
that
this poll for you.
In the midst of tragedy, in the midst of seeing firsthand a situation where certain laws may have been helpful.
So Gene, let me give you these numbers. This is from a poll taken last year. It was the last national poll I could find that was on red flag laws. First of all, universal background checks. This is a poll taken of gun owners. NPR published it by gun owners. 84% of gun owners support universal background checks for all gun sales, including those at private sales and gun shows. All gun owners, 84%. Raising the minimum age to buy an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle from 18 to 21. 72% of gun owners support that. And then red flag laws that law enforcement officers can use to temporarily remove guns from people that courts say are dangerous. 65% of all gun owners support this. So 65% of all gun owners support this legislation in Tennessee, or support this legislation that a Republican governor in Tennessee is trying to pass after little children were slaughtered in a Christian school there.
It's absolutely unbelievable. It's unbelievable that this has become. This goes beyond the NRA's money, I think, and influence, and it gets it's way in the realm of the irrational, because every single poll shows overwhelming public support for these measures, and every single example of where measures like this have been put in place have shown that they're really effective. There's a red flag law in Florida that has been used thousands and thousands of times, and you can only imagine how many deaths it has, shootings, suicides. It has prevented deaths in that state, and these are no-brainer things that, for some almost cultish reason, the Republican Party has decided to oppose anything that makes Americans safer. And the only solution is to get these people out of office. We just have to do it.
Well, you know,
you think about, I'm so sorry, you think about the shooting of the young 14-year-old boy who came to the door. Do you think that man, from what has been revealed about him, should have a gun? Well, there are definitely many situations in which there are people who probably shouldn't have a firearm, let alone an assault weapon, from these mass shootings. I mean, these laws can really help.
Well, the laws, of course, as Bill Lee, the governor of Tennessee, said, they have to have due process.
Yeah.
Have to make sure that people's constitutional rights are protected.
Absolutely.
And if you have a situation where we see time and again that somebody is mentally distressed, not in a position to own a gun, then they should go in. But you know, what do we do? Susan Page, I had a talk with Bill Clinton this past weekend, interviewed him on the 25th anniversary of the Irish Peace Accords. And he said, and I of course, I think it's brilliant. Just politically, this guy knows his ways around on political issues. He talked about how in 1980, George W. Bush easily won the state of Colorado. But the state of Colorado on that same day had a statewide ballot initiative. I believe it was on universal background checks that passed overwhelmingly on an otherwise conservative day. And he said, what we really need to do is just start taking it to the voters. So it won't be Oh, the libs are trying to take away your guns. Oh, this group's trying to take away your guns. Put it to the voters. And if you look at all of these polls, a universal background check would pass in 50 states with 50 ballot initiatives. Red flag laws would pass in 50 states with 50 ballot initiatives. Raising the age for buying long rifles would pass, to 21, would pass in 50 states. And chances are really good the banning of military-style weapons would pass in at least half, maybe 30, 35 states if you had ballot initiatives where it was put up to the people.
Yeah, interesting. The thing that's so flummoxing to me is that on many tough issues, we've gotten to pivot points for America where something that seemed impossible is suddenly possible. And yet, on the issue of gun violence, not even the murder of little children at Sandy Hook was enough to do that. And I just wonder, did President Clinton or do you have a theory on what would be catastrophic enough, powerful enough to be that sort of pivot point in how America handles gun violence?